Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the talking points from social media, and honestly, my feed is absolutely rammed full of AEW stuff at the moment because they've done a 4-hour show tonight, so there's obviously a lot of content, there's a lot of conversation. I think there's been some big announcements. I did see they'd announced Okada against Omega coming up in July, which is actually quite exciting. I don't think we'll be able to watch that show because I think WWE are running some stuff at the same time, but Omega Okada is just so special. Those matches in New Japan really are like some of the most important matches from like the past 10 years. So yeah, good for them, right? But it means that it's been a little bit trickier compiling this because there's just extra noise around at the moment. But we have got a video and we're going to start with probably not surprising news, right? But a bit of news all the same. So this coming from WrestleVotes. WWE didn't allow any talent to wear R-Truth shirts on this week's episode following the release announcement. So Praying User Sports, thank you. I don't think it is a disrespect, but I don't think it's kind of meant as a disrespect. I think it's more that they didn't want to encourage or fuel the R-Truth chants. They wanted to put on Raw, tell the stories they were telling, and they didn't want to encourage the R-Truth chants. If someone had come walking out in an R-Truth shirt, and actually if that had happened consistently throughout the show, then I think the crowd obviously would have seen that and reacted to that. And listen, the crowd were making R-Truth chants anyway. They never got out of control. And I think that WWE did everything it could to kind of try and play that down. I'm quite surprised, actually, they didn't confiscate the R-Truth sign that was in the front row or the second row. There was a very obvious R-Truth sign, which I was surprised was left and was not confiscated. So I don't think they hate R-Truth or anything like that. I think they were just trying to control the crowd reaction and not derail the show. That's just speculation on my part. There was an image doing the rounds of Rhea wearing an R-Truth shirt backstage, and then on the show, she was just wearing a red kind of top. So she had removed her R-Truth shirt as well. So yeah, probably not a surprise, because if you think about how loved he is, the bigger surprise was that no one kind of paid respect to him. There was no mention of him. There was no video package. There was no, I mean, you're not going to wear an armband. He's not dead. But yeah, you know, like how even Carlito didn't really get much of anything. I think Dominic kind of snuck his shirt in because he had a jacket over the top. So I don't know if they even knew that Dominic was wearing a Carlito shirt. But yeah, there was no sign of anything R-Truth. And I think that's probably why. But just there's Rhea wearing that shirt backstage, and as we said, she didn't wear it on the show. So Vintage T, shout out to you. Ron Killings saw that she was wearing it though. He said, "I love you, Rhea," and Rhea said, "I love and miss you," with a heart emoji. So at least he saw she was wearing it backstage. Okay, moving on to some other news, and I don't know if this is too surprising. Obviously, Lilian does Saturday night's main event, but also she is going to be the ring announcer for Worlds Collide. So, Hayden, thank you. Apparently, she is fluent in English and Spanish. So there we go. It makes total sense. So she is going to be the ring announcer for Worlds Collide. Really looking forward to that show. Of course, we're streaming that show. We're going to do an hour before it, at least. Then go into Worlds Collide. Then I'm going to end that stream and immediately start the Money in the Bank stream. So really, it's going to be a very long... We could just do it as one stream, but there is a bit of a YouTube glitch, which means that if I set the stream up for Worlds Collide and then change the thumbnail and everything, it doesn't all quite change. Like, there'll be people that will see Money in the Bank and it'll have a Worlds Collide thumbnail and it'll be messy. It's better to do it as two separate streams, but it's pretty much going to be straight the way through on Saturday. It's a very, very busy day. Hopefully you can join us at some point. So Charlie here, thank you. So, Courtaholic just got this report that Zoey Stark is expected to miss WWE WrestleMania 42. I think this is coming from Fightful. That the report was that she was going to be done throughout the rest of 2025. And I think we feared that when we saw that injury. You might remember that her leg kind of buckled, her knee going in the wrong direction after she did a missile drop kick. I think it was on, was it Kyrie? I think it was on Kyrie. And obviously this is a week or two ago now. We worried immediately because she's had knee issues before that was her 2025 done. Word is starting to come through that it looks like internally they're thinking she could even miss WrestleMania next year. Horrific. And it could be even worse for Kevin Owens. Edward, shout out to you, because Kevin Owens doesn't know if he's going to return to the ring after recovering from neck surgery. He said it would be not arrogant, but wrong to be able to tell you right now that I will absolutely return to the ring. I just don't know if it's true. So again, it gives you a real idea as to how serious this situation is with Kevin. So someone else we're not expecting to see, obviously, for the rest of 2025. He could also, depending on the surgery that they kind of go with, because I don't even know if that decision has been made. The last update I heard was a little while ago now, and he said they haven't even figured out the right way forwards. So I don't know where we are with Kevin. This is obviously a very interesting message. Him saying that as of right now, he can't even say if he'll be able to make it back at all. So obviously thoughts very much with Kevin, very much with Zoey as well. Hoping they both make very full and speedy recoveries. So that was the WWE folder. We do have I have got an Evolve spoiler. It's not really a spoiler. It's just something that happened on the show this week. But I know that it hasn't aired internationally yet because the video tends to go onto YouTube. So it's kind of a spoiler for our international friends. So for those people that don't have VPNs and Tubi, it's a bit of a spoiler for them. So I've put that in its own folder, right? So we'll get to that after this. So here, look, Mariah May, this reminded me a lot of Jade Cargill. When Jade first came to WWE, her partner got her a cake and balloons and all that to celebrate her joining WWE. And I don't know if this was her partner or her family or whoever it was, but here, maybe she did it herself. We've got a cake, flowers, balloons. It says, congratulations on WWE, Mariah. Congratulations on WWE. I think it probably should say on joining W or making it to W or debut it, but they probably just run out of room. So it's ended up being congratulations on WWE. So there we go. So yeah, very fun. Christopher, thank you. Hayden, thank you. I don't really go in for birthdays, to be honest, because if I was to celebrate every wrestler's birthday, I feel like we'd be doing that in every episode of Unseen, and sometimes maybe even more than one. So I've made a bit of a conscious decision to not really include birthdays or did you know that on this day, because again, every day has got an anniversary to it. So I leave all those out. I've never included stuff like that. And I was not going to include this, but it was Gorilla Monsoon's 88th birthday if he was still with us. And again, I wouldn't have included it, but it's a lovely way just to remind you that Brian Solomon, an excellent writer, wrestling writer, is working on a new book called The Irresistible Force, The Life and Times of Gorilla Monsoon. It's going to be coming out in September. You can pre-order it now, and I cannot wait for this book. This is such an interesting person because he was a wrestler, but not only that, he actually had like some ownership in WWE. And when Vince took over WWE, he had to buy part of the company from Gorilla Monsoon as well. So Gorilla, I believe, had like a major stake in the company in the past. I don't know how that came about. I don't know if it was, if you wrestle for me, I will give you part of the company type situation, or if you stay with me, I'll give you part of the company type situation. I'm not sure. So I'm looking forward to finding a bit out about that. Of course, he would stay with Vince, and he would be looked after as well. And so he would be like a major commentator, major host for WWE all throughout the 80s, going into the early 90s. And so, yeah, really, when we talk about the history of WWE, this is one of the big characters, one of the big personalities. His relationship with Bobby Heenan, those two together, just absolute gold. Maybe the greatest duo in WWE history. I mean, so good. So I'm really excited for this, and it's just a good opportunity to kind of help promote it, if you will, just make you aware of it, if you will. I certainly don't have any correspondence or relationship or anything with Brian, but genuinely a book I'm looking forward to this year. Larry, thank you. So Endeavor have bought 1.5 million shares from Vince. So this was filed on the 3rd. So Endeavor have purchased some shares off Vince. So Brandon Thurston says, if McMahon hasn't had any other transactions since September, that would mean that he has got about 6.5 million TKO shares. That would mean he owns about 3% of TKO. Apparently last year it was about 4%. So now he owns 3%. So again, he's sold a bit more of his stake, and that's been picked up and purchased by Endeavor. Not anything groundbreaking, not anything that's, you know, going to lead to anything. It's just more money for Vince. It means that he's got less shares in Endeavor. Just pretty simple stuff, really. Right, Sean Ross, this is interesting. You might remember yesterday we spoke about if you care about wrestling media and Sportskeeda, and I thought it was a very well written tweet from Sean. He said, Sean said, a Sportskeeda group content manager has emailed me today and said that they have now implemented a clear policy to include backlinks on original reporting sources going forward. So thank you to everyone who expressed concern and disappointment as to how this was affecting creators. So, I mean, that's a real big dub there for Sean Ross. I think credit where it's due. He has kind of took a stand, made a campaign, made a noise, used his platform to really call something out, and he's managed to get a change. So for those that don't know, Sportskeeda, we're not crediting people where information had kind of come from. And so he's managed to get that change now. So that's really good for anyone out there that is kind of coming up with news or whatever, or creating stuff. Now they should be getting the credit that they deserve from Sportskeeda. Right, but just as one problem gets solved, another one kind of shows itself. So wrestling's biggest fan, shout out to you, Ric Flair, said, I tried to be nice to everybody. God only knows that I've spent more money on spilt liquor in 1 year than people have in a lifetime. I tried being nice, and this is my last message to everyone. I've got more money than I've got time. Go F yourselves, haters. No comment needed. Live with it. Actually learn to love it. Get back to me again when you make $3 million a year at the age of 76. That's what famous gets. And by the way, I don't recognize anyone in this conversation who is famous. I have no idea what has sparked this. I feel like some comments have been made and he has just gone off. He has clearly seen something he does not like. But Ric Flair is kind of known for going off, to be honest. He's kind of known for just flying off the handle. But yeah, we're all getting it now. So there we go. I tried to be nice. God knows I've spent more money on spilt liquor in 1 year than people have in a lifetime. I mean, I don't spend money on spilt liquor. I kind of try to look after my money a little bit better than that. But hey, you do you. You do you. Yeah. So there we go. Haters. Be told. He's done with us all. So yeah, I don't know. It's a shame, isn't it, to kind of see things go this way when he's so... Well, I mean, I still feel like he's really well respected. You know, if I saw Ric Flair, I would go up to him, shake his hand. I mean, there was an incident. I mean, I read a few bits. Last week, we didn't get a chance to do Unseen because the folders were down. And I did read of some crazy incident involving Ric Flair, actually. I wonder if this is the fallout to that. But I only, to be honest with you, gave it a passing glance because we weren't doing Unseen at the time. So I do feel a little bit out the loop on this one. I'm not sure what has kind of started this and kicked this off. But, well, there we go. So that was the other folder. Let's go over to Evolve. If you've not seen Evolve and you don't want to know who the champ is, then obviously skip forwards, right? If you joined us for the Evolve watch along, I hope you had a good time. I really enjoyed it. And here we go. It is Stevie Turner congratulating the newest champion in WWE. Congratulations to the new Evolve champion, Jackson Drake. Now, I think this is a big statement because you could choose anyone to be your first Evolve champion. So if you've looked at your roster and gone, that's the person I want to put the belt on, then that to me is significant. So they have put the belt on Callie Armstrong for the women and now Jackson Drake for the men. And I think that's significant, honestly. I think this is someone that really now needs to be on your radar. The final had Keanu Carver, who's kind of like a big, muscly guy, thought he stood a good chance. The favourite was Sean Legacy, but he's been getting used quite a bit on NXT, so it might be that his time in Evolve is going to be short-lived, and then he's going to really go to NXT. Jackson Drake was someone in there. I probably had him as third favourite. And then Idris Enofe, who used to be in NXT, was the fourth person. But so yeah, a surprise, honestly. Didn't see this being the direction we were going to go. But he's in a group called Vanity Project. They're starting to get a bit of TV time on NXT. They've been used a lot on Evolve. And he is in that group and clearly now a significant part of that group. So yeah, very good. Really enjoyed Evolve tonight, as we do most weeks. Okay, let's go fun and see what we've got here. I just really like this. Jordynne Grace, she said, I'm too old for a piggyback rides. So, yeah, just a really fun little short there. So, the way they've got the camera kind of looking down as if you're Lash Legend, and then there you are as if you're Jordynne Grace, really exaggerating the size difference between them. This kind of plays in really well to an interview that took place a good few weeks ago now backstage, and the size difference between them was huge. I think Lash Legend was wearing heels, but I do think there is a decent size difference between them. As well as that, look, TJF 1983, thank you. We've got this Money in the Bank replica belt. So this is nice, isn't it? It's probably expensive. But celebrate WWE's Money in the Bank with this replica title belt, designed with a custom themed strap that captures the vibrant energy of Los Angeles, showcasing palm trees, sunset tones, and bold West Coast flair. A must-have for any WWE fan. Well, I'm guessing that WWE fan must have money as well, because those things don't tend to be cheap. Let's have a little look in here, as we've just got a fun little clip of Becky and Seth helping out hosting the weather.
Make sure that you're not wearing your hats. If you are wearing your hats, make sure that they're on tightly. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Now,
then we'll move on to Thursday. You know, a little bit overcast. You know,
Becky's got it, man.
But it'll still be in the high 72. And then we're going to go down to a low of 55. Might need a sweater, but you'll be.
That's a nice weekend there, though.
Yeah,
That's
it
a lot
is
of
a
sun, you know what I'm
beautiful
saying? And then Los Angeles, look at more sun. We love this for the weekend. This is great. This is tanning weather right here. We love this. We're going to get a tan. We're going to get a bake on.
Yeah.
I love it. This is fantastic.
Perfect.
Frank
Just
likes
in
wearing
time
his
for the
Speedos when he...
Oh, absolutely.
Same for you.
No, you got to get the thighs. You got to get the you can't be walking around with tan lines at your knees.
Exactly. Thank you,
Come
Seth.
on.
And
now.
look at the Inland Empire. Look at me.
So there we go. So it's always fun to see them kind of stepping out of their comfort zone, and Becky was doing a good job there, to be honest. I seem to remember Bray doing a bit of a weather hosting at one point in the past, and it was that was fun. But yeah, Becky was doing a good job. Although I am surprised at how like dark it looks. It's not like very well lit. I think like 5 Live Weather need to kind of have a look at their lighting setup, to be honest. But oh, look at this. Talking of doom and gloom, darkness, bleak. Here's Wrensday. It's a sad Wrensday this week because obviously Ren Sinclair, great talent. Looking forward to her getting more opportunity in the future. She is in No Quarter Catch Crew. They lost a member on NXT. So I do like to check in with these. I look forward to these each Wednesday. So let's have a look and see what Ren's got to say.
Hey guys, happy Wrensday. Despite yesterday, I don't have words right now. I just want to start off on a lighter note, so let's get into questions. Question number 1, which game in Squid Games could you easily win and which would you not? Easily none, with the thought of death looming in my mind. But if I had to choose, I would say I would do great at red light, green light. Just play that back in my day. You kids know nothing about that. I don't think I would do well at Dalgona or Dalgona. The one with the little honeycomb and the shapes, and you have to like and make sure like you're patient enough, which I'm not really patient enough to not like break it up. Honestly, yesterday.
And then we kind of go into that. So, yeah, you kids wouldn't know anything about that. Red light, green. Not like me and Ren. We were out on the streets playing with sticks. And you lot these days are just indoors playing Sims. It's all you do. So you got to get out there, yeah? Play knock door run, stuff like that. How's your father? You know, those kind of classic games. So, yeah, it's a sad Wrensday, unfortunately. A not so happy Wrensday, says Nails and NY. But listen, we can pick up the mood because that's my job and I take my job very seriously. So here's a wardrobe malfunction. So here we've actually got Roxanne Perez and Gigi Dolan competing against each other. This was, I don't know what promotion this was, but this was obviously before NXT. But look at that. She's managed to, like, unclip her top, and then she can't quickly get it on. Roxanne, like, steps away, and then has to help her. Like, the match has now legitimately stopped, whilst Roxanne helps to kind of fix this situation. I do like here, though. Boom. There we go. That's what you get for helping me out. Boom. A kick to the midsection. So, yeah, I thought that was fun. I thought that was good. Hopefully that's picked up the spirits. Right, Nick the Chain Guy said, check this out. This would be a great addition to Unseen. A former WCW and WWE jobber called The Observer, Davey Meltzer. I've never heard of this person. I'm not aware of them being in WWE. To be honest, I haven't read the article, so maybe they were. I did see they were in UWF, which was another, like, promotion. There's not any... I couldn't see, a brilliant image of them. Like, this is kind of what we're working with. So there's not, like... But yeah, basically, they named this jobber back in the day, going back a long way, right? Early 90s kind of time. They called it Davey the Observer Meltzer, Jobber of the Week. So how about that? So Dave Meltzer slander has been around a long time, actually. It's certainly not anything new. So there we go, The Observer, Davey Meltzer. So that's a good find, that is, Nick. Shout out to you. Another one of these. Bailey got one the other day, and I was like, should they be promoting these? Because aren't these, like, cabinets full of, like, ROMs, and we know what Nintendo are like when it comes to stuff like that. They shut that down. So, like, should Bailey be promoting this? Should AJ be promoting this? Is this something that should be promoted? I don't know. I mean, I wish them all the best in their future legal cases. So, it looks good, though. We were looking at an official WrestleFest one, which looks really good. But that's going to be so expensive because it's all, like, officially licensed and everything. But, yeah, looks like these are getting sent out to various superstars. So, Larry, thank you. Carl, shout out to you. Look, we've actually got an explanation here. Really good explanation about the Pepsi tattoo. Now, I knew it was a Pepsi tattoo. It didn't just look like one. It was actually Pepsi. I didn't know why he had it, though.
The story with the Pepsi tattoo is there is a band called Minor Threat. It started in the early 80s in Washington, D.C. That's widely known to have started the straight edge subculture. And the guitarist Brian Baker was asked in an interview I read while I was in detention, do you have a Coca-Cola tattoo? Why do you have a Coca-Cola tattoo? And his response was, I like Coca-Cola. And I was like, that's just punk rock right there, you know? Like, I don't like Coke, I like Pepsi.
So there we go. So someone in the band Minor Threat got a Coke tattoo, Coca-Cola, because he just liked Coke. And so he wanted to kind of represent it, and he didn't care what anyone thought. And I suppose in that regard, I understand that it's punk rock. In another regard, having like a corporation's logo, a corporate logo on you, is that punk? Is that punk? I mean, punk would know. But is that punk? Is that punk rock? Is it? I don't know. But it was an excellent answer. I found it very entertaining. So thank you. Jacob Fatu side plates, which I thought just looked nice. I don't know that I've seen them before. I don't know that I'd seen the side plates available now. So take a 1990, thank you. Oh, and I just watched this, and it's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. So I thought you might enjoy it. This is Logan trying to explain the difference. Like, he said this move had never been done before, and people have gone, well, actually Super Crazy has done it before. And this is him trying to explain how it's different. And I think this sums Logan up in a nutshell.
Has never been done in the WWE before.
All right, a ton of people have sent me this video. Here's what I have to say. As a professional WWE wrestler, when I say move, to me, that word means the entire sequence, right? Like start to finish, which obviously includes the landing. When I did my twisting 180-degree moonsault out of the ring, I only landed on one guy. This dude had 4 guys to catch him. Still super impressive, but there's 4 guys to catch you, 8 arms. That said, it's just math that the odds of...
If you do a Stone Cold Stunner to one person, is it a different move if you do it to 2 people? The answer is no.
Look, technically, yes. I guess that move has been done before, but for me, considering the entire sequence, including the amount of people you landed on, I guess I misspoke. I should have said the sequence had never been done before.
That's wrong. That's wrong. The sequence has never been done before. That's not correct. Oh, God, this guy. This guy. It's the exact same move. And I think there's a big debate as to if, like, more people or less people make the move, like, you know, any different. Him going, knocking it. He might be putting this out to wind me up. And if it is, it's worked. So there we go. That was the, I don't even know why I put that in fun folder. I should have put that in flipping annoying folder. So there we go. Let's go into community. Take a 1990 shout out to you. Said I met Mariah at WrestleCon before leaving Vegas. I heard rumors that she could leave AEW. I heard you're coming to WWE. I said I don't know what you're talking about. I never heard that. Take a 1990 shout out to you. Yeah, she wouldn't be confirming anything, would she? She was playing her cards close to her chest. And G Brockhurst, look at this. Look at this. What better way to sit back and relax after surgery in New Zealand? Oh my God. Thanks for all you do, Days. That's incredible, buds. Thank you, my friends. And I hope you make a very, very speedy recovery. Yeah. So shout out to you, G Brockhurst. Or should I say, Zoe Stark? No, probably not. G Brockhurst. Shout out to you, buds. Shout out to you. Why is it always the first thing I see? So annoying. Right, let's go into thanks. So, CM Chunk, Elite Pro Wrestling Forum, Huddle Talk, Vintage Tea, Phantom 67, Nails and NY, Johnny, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Robin, Prain User Sports, Bradley, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Raymond, MLW Flash, Daboomer 65, Enigma, Steve, Big Bam, Ash, Darren, Ari Screen, Casey, All Game 17, I Am the Color Reds, Snail. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of you. Really appreciate the support. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it as always. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.